Very good, thank you. Zainab, do you know what holiday it was on Monday? Do you know what it's called?
Yes, I know not a full name, but I know it's Workers' Day, I think. I can just
Yeah,
say that.
that's a good guess. We're going to talk more about this later, actually. It will tie into the conversation we're reading today. Um, so yeah, but okay, Zainab, you had a 3-day weekend. What did you do for your weekend?
Yes, I did my homeworks and nothing. Just studied and just nothing actually.
Just homework?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Hershit, what about you? What did you do for the long weekend?
Yeah, my friend who live in Istanbul visited me last weekend, and I met him and his wife in Ankara, and we had got a picnic last weekend, and we grilled meat in the picnic, and my weekend is only that's okay.
Only that's okay. Oh, it sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, usually in English we say a barbecue when you're grilling meat. Like
Barbecue.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
We have picnic, the same as the Turkish word, but I think it's a little bit different sometimes when we use that one.
Okay, I understand.
Good. It sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah, it was very good for me, especially it was very good for me. That is, my friend visited me in Ankara.
Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
Mehmet and Yildiray, welcome guys. Nice to see you.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Mehmet. How was your weekend? How was your long weekend?
It was nice, Jory. My wife's relatives from Gaziantep came to Mersin, so we were like host for them. So it was her cousin that I like him. So it was nice to get along with them. It wasn't a bad weekend. I also saw my friends, so it was nice.
Oh, good. So it was your wife's family, right? Your wife's
Yes,
relatives.
yes.
Do you remember what we call them?
It was my wife's relatives. My wife's relatives. What was that?
Does anyone
I can.
remember the word for that? No. In-laws.
Yeah, in-laws.
Yeah.
In-laws.
Just tested you guys. We were talking about that the other day. Awesome. Yeah, so you get to visit your in-laws. That's great. And Mehmet, do you know the name of the holiday that you had on Monday?
Uh, in English, it was I don't know, Workers' Day.
Workers' Day. Good. Yeah, that's what Zainab said as well. Okay. Yildiray, how are you?
I'm fine, Jory. How about
Good.
you?
Very good, thanks. You look dark and mysterious, Yildiray. Like Batman.
Yes.
Yildiray, how was your weekend?
I had good weekends. I have a lot of time for relax, and I came with my friends and family. And the weather is very good, Ankara. And summer came, and the weather is hot. So I walk the street with my family. It's a good time for me.
Very good. You went around Ankara. Where did you go in Ankara?
Kızılay.
Kizilay.
Yes,
Oh, good.
I
lived
went
in.
to Kızılay with my family.
That's where I lived in Kizilay when I was in Ankara. Very good. Nice, Yildiray. And Yildiray, do you know the name of the holiday that was on Monday?
Sunday,
On Monday, the holiday on Monday.
Monday, yes, holiday.
Yeah. The English name, it's not Workers' Day. Do you know the name of the holiday?
Monday is special day for me, holiday.
Yeah.
The other days we work Monday.
Yeah. What is the name of the special day on Monday?
Here, 1 May. Special for worker. We congratulate and all over the world, worker people congratulate this day. Special express on.
Great. Thank you, Yildiray. Good. Okay. Let's see.
Usually,
yeah.
I think you wondered it to us. Labor Day.
Labor Day. Yeah.
Labor Day, yeah.
Yes, Labor Day.
Did you Google it? Yeah. The name is Labor Day. Monday was called Labor Day in English. And yeah, we have this holiday too, but at a different time.
Okay.
Not on May 1st. Okay. Before we were talking about education for the last couple days. Just the last thing I wanted to talk about for that. I'll start with Harshit maybe. Harshit, do you know what a gap year is? Gap year. Have you ever heard of a gap year?
No, I don't hear.
No. Zainab?
No,
No.
I didn't hear.
How about Mehmet?
Gap.
GAP, gap year.
This is a trademark, I think. I know only trademark. Okay.
Trademark. Okay, yeah. But the meaning was before the trademark.
And I only know about it. It is made in from in USA.
Gap year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's the meaning of gap year.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Mehmet. Do you know? Do you want to guess?
When you delay your education 1 year, so it's a gap year. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's this. I don't know. It's kind of common in like Canada and Australia and some countries. People take 1 year off. Maybe when I finish high school before I go to university is the usual place, and like travel and do things like this, see different things in this time, and then continue my education after that. This is called a gap year. Usually people will do some traveling in this year. That's very common. So how about Mehmet? Do you think that this is a good idea? Do you think that if someone could do this, you would say that they should do it? Or do you think it's bad?
Actually, it's very good idea. It's great idea to have such a right, which is lacking in Turkey, which is missing in Turkey, because here there is no such thing like a gap year. You don't have such a right, as far as I know. As far as I know, since I'm far from the education for some time, but it's a great idea.
Good. Thank you, Mehmet. Hurshit, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Mehmet thinking, and I say too it is very good for every people, I think, and we know that for students in Turkey there is two gaps in a year, and one is named for semester, and the other gap is named for summer holiday. Maybe every people has got every people should have this gap year, I think.
Okay, good. Thank you, Hurshit. Yeah, and like the word gap, GAP, if people don't know, by the way, it's like a space between two things.
Mhm.
They often say between the train and the train platform, that's the gap. Any kind of an empty space in the middle. Yeah, so this is an empty space, the year between two school years. Okay, so Zeynep, Mehmet was saying that he's very far from the education system and he doesn't know about this, but you're very close right now. So what do you think about this gap year?
I don't know if it's on. I don't know if someone do that, but I would like to do that. It would be good. It would really be good because in our country, students are tired because of the lessons are too heavy for students. And if I had a chance to go place and travel, I would really want to do that.
Okay, great. Thank you, Zeynep. And Yildiray, what do you think about this idea? Is there anything bad about it?
I think it's a wonderful chance for a person. Maybe you can't, maybe you may not have such a chance in your life and free time. You can improve your language and travel different country and learning about life. And so you want a very different experiments for your life and academic career, maybe. I think. Good.
Good. Thank you, Yildiray. Great. Okay, so the next conversation that we're going to do is called Burning Man. So I think both of these words, one by one, we know them, burning and man. But does anyone know what this could be about? What is Burning Man? What does this title mean? What do you think we're talking about in this next one? Hurshit, do you know? Did you read it already?
No, I didn't read before my lesson, but I think Burning Man used for which people has got a force day or challenge day, I think.
Burning Man is a challenge day.
Has got a challenge day or force day.
Challenge day. Okay. How about
Maybe,
I think
maybe
challenge day? Okay, Yildiray, what do you think it is?
I think a type of festival burning. For example, you expressed before labor work. One may consolidate in the world. A symbol, maybe. A symbol name of the festival, I think.
Okay, Burning Man is the name of a festival.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, that is true. Yildiray is correct. Burning Man is a festival in the United States. Has anyone heard of this before? Mehmet, have you heard of this?
No,
No, haven't heard this name before.
never,
No.
never, no.
Okay, yeah. It's actually quite interesting, I think. It happens in, is it Arizona?
Nevruz.
Arizona.
I think it's Arizona, yeah. And Las Vegas, Arizona. Yeah, it happens in Arizona, which is the desert, the dry, sandy part that they have in the United States. And all these people come out in the desert and they set up tents and places to live for maybe, I forget if it's like 1 week or 2 weeks, something like this. They're living in the desert. And there's supposed to be no money at this place. Everything you trade. If you want something someone else has, you have to do work for them or give them something you have. There's supposed to be no money at this festival. Many people playing music and just doing things like this. And at the very end of the festival, they have a giant wooden like statue, a giant wooden man, very, very big, like I don't know, 20 meters high or 30 meters high, something like this, giant wooden man that they light on fire. So the giant wooden man is burning. That's why it's called Burning Man. Yeah, Arizona, Las Vegas, Nevada. Sorry, no, this would be in Nevada, I think, Nevada.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Nevada, right. So Las Vegas is a city in Nevada, and Reno, Nevada. These are the two biggest cities. And when Burning Man happens, it's the third biggest city in this state. So it's actually very big. It's bigger than all the other cities in the state. And then it disappears for the rest of the year. So for 1 week a year, they're the biggest city, and then nothing, all gone. So yeah, this is the Burning Man Festival, and this is what they're talking about. I think it's like a lot of really hippie kind of a festival, but I don't know. So yeah, this happens in, like I said, Nevada. I also said Arizona, but it's Nevada, which is in the desert. So I thought we would talk about the environment a little bit. There are different regions in the world, right? One of them is the desert where this happens. Who can tell me some of the other regions that we have? How about Hershit? What would be another kind of region?
Like desert?
Yeah, like desert.
I think the other interesting place in the world, I think,
Anlatayım koymadı.
in Ecuador, forests.
Forests. Okay, good. The forests around the equator, those are called rainforests in English.
Yeah, rainforest.
Right, exactly. And so much different types of animals there. So many that we don't know about. Most of the life. Good. So yeah, we have deserts, we have rainforests. What else do we have? How about Yildiray? Can you give us one?
I think swamp, maybe swamp area.
Swamps. Good. Yeah. We can call that
Yes,
wetlands. Swamps are like wetlands.
yes.
Awesome.
Different area.
Good. Great. Biro, what else?
A mountain area, island area, plain area.
The plains. Good. The grasslands. I can say grasslands.
Yes.
Good. Zainab, can you think of anything else?
No, actually no.
No? Okay. Yeah, I think we got most of them except for tundra. Does anyone know what tundra is? Zainab, do you know what tundra is?
I heard in lesson, but I can't explain. I'm not good at this stuff.
No? Okay. Does anyone know? Someone else?
No.
No? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Tundra is like a desert, a big flat area, but it's very cold, covered in snow. Just like the cold, snowy areas with nothing, no trees, empty. Yeah. Plenty of those in Canada. Lots of tundra in Canada. Okay. So we are going to talk a little bit about the environment, I think, today. So, where shall we start? How about renewable renewable energy sources? Okay. I'm gonna start with that. Mehmet, can you give us examples?
Renewable energy sources.
Mhm.
Okay. We have we can take sun as a source, sun energy,
Mhm.
and the wind. I don't know what it's called, but it's the wind.
Turbines.
Yeah, wind can you repeat it, please?
Turbine.
Turbine.
Turbine. Yeah.
Okay, wind turbines. Other than that, renewable.
Okay. Well, that's good. Start with two.
Yeah.
Good. When we talk about the sun, anything to do with the sun, we can say solar.
Yes,
SOLAR.
yes,
Solar.
you're right.
So power from the sun is solar power. Good. Yeah, and these I think are the two biggest ones, solar energy and wind power. Can anyone think of anything else that's a renewable energy source?
Wave energy in the sea.
Biro, wave energy.
Wave energy, geothermal gas energy.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And you have waves, and you also have tidal energy is a big one. The tide is when all the water goes out and in 2 times a day because of the moon pulling on it. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same in Turkish, but in English it's called tidal. I think that is promising. They think that this could be a good energy source. Good. So yeah, these I guess are the renewable energy sources. The other energy sources that are the most common are nuclear power and what is it? Hydroelectric. Zeynep, what is hydroelectric power?
Hydro. Wait, I couldn't hear. Can
Hydro.
you repeat?
Hydroelectric.
Wait a second. I know it. I knew it. I heard somewhere else. Can you ask another one, because I can't explain myself right now.
Okay. Hershit, do you know what
I-
hydroelectric is?
Yeah, I think there is a barrage in hydroelectric energy, and I know about that. A barrage energy. Barrage?
Okay.
Dam.
Yeah, a dam.
Dam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that same word, barrage, we say in English.
Barrage. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, dam is the correct word for this one.
Okay.
Good. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Barrage. Okay, yeah, exactly. We so there's a river and we dam it, we block it up, and then we get the water to go through a small area with lots of pressure, and it spins a turbine.
Mhm.
So basically,
Turbine.
turbine is the thing that's spinning. With the wind, the big arms are spinning. With the water, the wheel is spinning. That's the turbine. Good. Thank you, Hershit. Nuclear power. I think I'm thinking that maybe that word is even the same in Turkish. Nuclear. Yeah.
Say.
And yeah, we know what that is. What was the other one? Okay. A lot of energy comes from burning fossil fuels.
Mhm.
Mehmet, can you tell me what fossil fuels are?
Especially, I don't know the word, coal. Yeah. Like the ones that
Cool.
when the source of the energy is coal, especially, so it's the one of the fossil energy. And even in Turkey, there's a big percentage of the energy source is also comes from these fossils, from coal. There's not, I think, more than this I can say.
Good. Okay, coal is a major fossil fuel. Exactly. It's not the only fossil fuel. Yildiray, do you know another fossil fuel?
We learn at school the petrol occurred
Good.
lots of years ago. A fossil can make, and we use a lot of area. I think.
Good. Exactly. Yeah, petrol for sure. Good. The word fossil means like when you find the dead animals from millions of years ago that are turned into rocks
Yes.
or something else. Yeah. So petroleum comes from these animals, and so does coal. Coal comes from plants. Yeah. So they're all fossil fuels. Exactly. Okay. Good. We got 5 of us, so I think maybe we can start the conversation for a little bit, and then I want to talk a bit more about the environment afterwards. So today we're doing Burning Man, and this time it's Joe and Terrence. So nobody has to be Kristen. All right. How about Biro? You can be Joe, and Zeynep, you can be Terrence.
Hey Terence, so how would you spend your Labor Day weekend?
I spent my Labor Day weekend not doing anything expect wishing I was at Burning Man. I had plans to go, but they fell through.
Oh man, that sucks because I know that you really enjoyed it in the past.
Yeah, as you know, I have gone quite a few years in a row, but this year I couldn't make it. But I guess that the saving grace about it is that I'm not in the head, and I really can't stand the dust.
Oh yeah, I know. I hear that the heat and the dust can be overwhelming. I have had some friends who have gone in the past years and they didn't prepare enough and they said they were in over their heads.
Oh yeah. It's definitely the kind of thing that it helps to know what you're getting into with the condition and just what to expect. Because no amount of description can really help with what you're gonna experience.
Great. Good. Let's stop there for a second. Okay, so Joe starts. Hey, Terrence. So how'd you spend your Labor Day weekend? I hear how'd. Of course, how did you spend your Labor Day weekend? Okay. Biro, what is Labor Day?
Labor Day, worker day.
Workers' Day. Good.
Workers' Day. Yes.
When is it in Turkey?
1st May.
Good. Okay, I think you weren't here for this, right? But we were all talking about this earlier. Yeah, it's called Labor Day, and it's May 1st in Turkey, in Canada, and in the United States. Here, it's in September. Is it the first Monday in September? Yeah. To labor means to work. Yeah, so it's kind of an old English, an older word for work. Yeah, my labors, my works. It usually means like hard physical work. It doesn't have to, but you think of that when you hear labor. It's more common used for that meaning. Also, the other time we use labor is if a woman is about to have a baby, that we say she's in labor right before when she's having a baby. That's the name for this period of time. So these are the only two meanings of labor that I can think of. Okay, Terrence continues. I spent my Labor Day weekend not doing anything except wishing I was at Burning Man. Okay, yeah, here you said expect the first time, but I see you corrected it later on. Yeah. Except, so I did nothing, and this was the one thing that I did do. It's outside of that. Good. We talked about Burning Man. I think, Biro, you were here for that, right? Burning Man, it's a festival in Nevada. That's what this conversation's about. Okay. And Terrence said, I had plans to go, but they fell through. So, Biro, let's start with you. Oh, no, I just asked you. Sorry, Hershit. What does this mean? His plans fell through.
Plans to go. Terence didn't go to Burning Man festival, and
Okay.
so he said for plans to go, but they fall through, not succeed, not
Fell through.
accomplish.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly. Not succeed. My plans weren't able to succeed. Yeah. So usually when your plans fall through, there was a problem. Something, yeah. Like, for example, if you wanted to go to see a movie but then the babysitter, the person who's going to watch your children, cancels. Then you would say your plans fell through. I made plans, but they didn't succeed because there was a problem. Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Joe says, oh man, that sucks. Like, that's really bad because I know that you've really enjoyed it in the past. So Terrence has gone to Burning Man before and he liked it before. Terrence, yeah, I've, as you know, I've gone quite a few years in a row. What does this mean, quite a few? Zainab, quite a few.
A little year, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know.
So a small number of years?
I don't know. I never heard. Maybe it's just a guess.
Okay. Mehmet, what do you think?
I think it's many.
Many, yeah.
Many
This is-
years, you know.
Yeah, this is one of these trick kind of phrases, like quite like that quite thing in front means generally means a large number. So it's like a large number of small numbers almost. It has that few word in there that sounds like it's small, and then it's yeah, like how much do you want? Not much. So actually a little bit, right? You have much, but then I don't know. Sometimes we throw in the wrong word and it can be confusing. So years in a row. What does this mean, Yildiray, in a row?
No. You experiments one more, I think.
Sorry?
You do something one more
One more time?
or yes, one more time. I think
Oh, okay.
I am quite a previous sentence. Narrow.
Okay. What is a row?
Narrow. Narrow.
A bit tricky.
I don't know.
Not sure. Okay. How about Biro? What does this mean, years in a row? What do you think?
It means without stopping or one after another in series.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. One after another in the series. So if I go 5 years in a row, I go in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. There's not 2000, 2002, 2003. That's not in a row. If I miss one, it's not in a row. Yeah. Good. Exactly. Thanks, Piro. Yeah. And a row is like a straight line. Do I have my remotes? I put them in a row. Straight line. Okay. Anyways, but this year I couldn't make it. I couldn't go. I wasn't able to go. Good. You know, but I guess that the saving grace about it is that I'm not in the heat. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a chance with this one, saving grace, but it is tricky. Mehmet, why don't you take the first shot at it if you...
The saving grace, there was a idiom I learned from a movie, Silver Lining. So is it something like that? Silver lining?
That's very good. Yeah, I would say they're almost identical idioms. Yeah.
The saving grace. Yeah. Not empty, but full. Full part of it is the bright side of it is.
Perfect. Good. Yeah, exactly. I will talk about the other one you mentioned, silver lining, in a second. But yeah, saving grace. Something a situation seems very bad, but maybe there's something that makes it good. It can often actually make it like overpower the bad, right? Yeah, it's the one good thing that fixed the situation. Like how should I? I was supposed to go to this festival, but then I don't know, my friend phoned me when he was in trouble, and I saved his life or something. And if I had gone to the festival, he would have died. So it's even more good that I didn't go. This is stronger, right? Something like this. It's the one good thing that's stronger than all the bad things, kind of. A little bit difficult to explain this, yeah, but it's the one good thing amid the bad things. And the one Mehmet was saying is very similar. Silver lining. There was a movie recently, Silver Lining
Yeah.
Playbook.
I like that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is really good, and he's kind of not very a smart man, but he learns about this silver lining idiom, and he wants to live his whole life about it. Silver lining is just a little bit more about seeing the good thing in a bad situation. Yeah. And the full expression is like, there's a silver lining on every cloud. So when clouds come, it's not sunny, maybe it's going to rain. Clouds are many times they're bad in English idioms. Clouds are negative, but the outside of the cloud is silver, like very valuable metal. Like there's the good thing on the outside of the bad thing. You just have to be able to see it. So yeah, good. Silver linings, again, it's about finding a good thing in a bad situation. Yeah. And saving grace is like the good thing is saving the bad situation. It's turning it from bad to more good than bad, usually.
Jory, I was looking my notes. There was such a idiom we looked in the past lessons. What was that? It was blessing in disguise.
Good.
Yeah?
Blessing
Like,
in disguise. Yeah.
Disguise, yes. Blessing in disguise. It's not exactly the same, but maybe near, right?
Yeah, very close. Exactly.
Very close.
Good. Yeah. And I think if you use, like, here's saving grace, I think this is not a strong enough situation. Terrence should use this because he would be more happy if he went. But he's trying to say, oh, maybe I'm more happy because I'm not too hot. But yeah, blessing in disguise is like saving grace. It should be more better, the bad thing, right? You realize the bad thing is actually good. Awesome. Yeah, it's very similar. Exactly. Good. Thank you, Mehmet, for remembering that. Awesome. Good. So yeah, the good thing here is that he doesn't have to be in the heat, and I really can't stand the dust. So how about Zeynep? What does this mean? You can't stand something. Can't stand the dust.
Hate something and hate something.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, if I can stand or withstand something, it means I can tolerate it. Yeah. Like okay, what would it? Like it's very it's very, very windy or something like this, but I'm still able to do what I need to do. I can withstand the wind. I can function in the wind. I can stand it. Yeah, can't stand, like you can't tolerate it. It's too powerful for you, kind of a thing. But here it's an idiom. It just means he's bothered by it. He hates it, like Zainab said. It is exactly right. Good. Yeah. So stand can mean withstand, like tolerate, like I'm able to function in this situation. And you can also say stand for. If I stand for something, actually, let's see. Does anyone know stand for? What you stand for?
Being with someone or something. I'm with you. I stand for you. I defend you.
Yeah, that's close. That could be, yeah. Stand for it. It's very close. It's like believe in. More than that. Yeah, like I stand for you. Like I believe in you. Kind of. Yeah. So maybe a controversial opinion, like I think earlier we talked about gay marriage. So we could say that, like you stand for this, you support this idea, or you don't stand for it, you disagree with this idea. So that's not what they're talking about here, but if you have stand and for, that two-part verb together, that means believe in or support. Good. So Terrence, he doesn't like the dust. It's the desert, so it's very dusty and very hot. Joe says, oh yeah, I know. I hear that the heat and the dust can be overwhelming. How about Yildiray? What does this mean, overwhelming?
I think the meaning of overwhelming, devastating, and oppressive, it can be.
Yeah, it can be devastating. You're close. It's just a little bit different. Like devastating means really, really bad. Something that hurts me, hurts my body or hurts my mind or my feelings. Overwhelming is just a little bit different. Does anyone want to add to what Yildiray said? Maybe Biro?
Overwhelming, very, very strong in effect. Maybe.
Perfect. Yeah, overwhelming, very powerful, like too powerful for me. Good. Yeah. I've had some friends who have gone in the past years and they didn't prepare enough and they said they were in over their heads. Okay, so they went. The dust and the heat are overwhelming. His friends went. They weren't prepared and they were in over their heads. So how about Hurshit? What do you think this means? In over their heads.
I don't know.
Okay, let's take a guess. Here are our clues, right? The heat and the dust are overwhelming. The heat and the dust are very powerful, Joe says first. Then he says he had his friends who went to the festival before. He's talking about his friends. And his friends didn't prepare enough. So they weren't ready for the heat and the dust, which are too powerful. And because of these things, they were in over their heads. So can we make a guess what it might be? Hurshit?
I don't know, Judy.
If you don't want to,
I
that's
don't
okay.
understand. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Who else? How about Mehmet?
I can guess. It was out of their limits. It was,
Perfect.
it was not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it was out of their limits is good. Not my cup of tea is
Actually, yeah, you're right. It was
yeah, not my
it was
cup of
another
tea. I'd rather not. But in over my head, the situation is too difficult for me. I have to cancel. I have to leave. Yeah. I think it's about water. Like the water is over your head. You're in trouble. You need to leave this place. You can't keep, I'm fixing my car and there's water over my head now. The water got so high it's up here. I need to stop fixing my car and I need to leave because the situation's not okay for me. But yeah, so I always think about it like the water is over your head. Good. Is that where we stopped reading? 1, 2. No, we read a bit more. Okay, Terrence says, oh yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing that it helps to know what you're getting into with the conditions and just what to expect. Because no amount of description can really, really help you with what you're going to experience. So what does this mean? Know what you're getting into. I think Zainab, maybe Biro, this can be yours.
Getting into the conditions, experience conditions, experience.
Sorry, what does this mean? Know what you're getting into. What you're getting into.
Enter the conditions. Entering the conditions or experiencing the conditions. Something like that.
Good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, exactly. You know what you're getting into, what your new situation will be. Yeah, what conditions you're entering. I think that was great. Good. Because no amount of description can really, really help you with what you're going to experience. Good. So he's saying, I can't tell you enough words that you will understand what it's really like to be at this festival. Yeah. So you need to really know what the situation is going to be like because you can't learn about it from words. You have to learn about it from experiencing it, from being there. Okay. I started with Biro and Zeynep. So let's have Yildiray can be Joe and Mehmet can be Terrence. We'll do 3.
Okay. And yeah, I was talking with a friend of mine who lives in Canada, and I mentioned Burning Man, and he had never heard it. And he was like, well, you know what it's about, and he wants me to describe it. And I realized that, I'm not really able to describe it to him because I have never been.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to describe. I mean, the first time you go, you really can't. You really can't believe your eyes. What you see, I mean, just all the people and all the effort they put into it, all the creativity, it's really something to behold.
So, how would you describe it though? Like,
I would describe it just as a really large festival where basically anything goes. Anything you want to do is accepted. Any way you want to express yourself, it's okay. Whether it's how you dress, what you say, the kind of music you want to play, anything.
I have heard there is some pretty wild outfits. People just dress up as crazy as they possibly can.
Yeah, you never You never know what people are gonna do. I never cease to be amazed with I'm gonna see there.
Good. Okay. Let's stop there. So, Joe, yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Canada, and I mentioned Burning Man, and he'd never heard it. Okay. This should be, and he'd never heard of it. Here. The way Joe says it is not correct. It would be, and he had never heard it, like he was never actually able to hear the festival. He'd never heard of it. He didn't know the name Burning Man. Like I think most of you guys before today. He wasn't aware there was Burning Man. So yeah, there should be the word of before it, heard of it. There's a real difference in meaning there. Joe has said it wrong accidentally. Okay, which we do. We all make mistakes when we're talking, even in our first language. Joe says, and he was like, well, you know, what's it about? And he wanted me to describe it. And I realized that, you know, I'm not really able to describe it to him because I've never been. Okay, so who can summarize what is Joe saying with this whole paragraph? How about Zainab? What is Joe saying here?
He was trying to say he had a friend and he asked him to describe Burning Man because he didn't heard. He never heard. His friend never heard it, and Joe couldn't describe it because he have never been in there.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Someone wanted Joe to tell him about Burning Man, and Joe couldn't because he never went and he doesn't know enough to describe it properly. So then Terrence says, yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to describe. I mean, the first time you go, you really can't believe your eyes. What does this mean? Can't believe your eyes. How about Yildiray?
I think you surprised and think it is unbelievable. I think.
Good, exactly. Yeah, you can't trust what you see. You can't believe your eyes. You think your eyes must be lying to you because what you're seeing is so unbelievable. Exactly. What you see, I mean, just all the people and all the effort they put into it, all the creativity. It's really something to behold. What is this word, behold? Hershit?
I don't know, Julie.
You don't know
I
behold?
don't hear before. No.
Okay, no problem. How about Biro? Behold.
Behold means to see something.
Good, yeah. And we usually use it for seeing something amazing, right? Like, behold, look at my amazing creation. I'm saying when you look at this, it's very fantastic. I don't say like, behold my receipt I got today. I can't use that verb. That's very silly. This verb is too strong for that. Behold Ana Kabir. That's okay. Yeah. So what does this mean? It is something to behold. Biro?
It is really something to behold. It's worth seeing. It's worth seeing.
Good.
Yes, it's worth seeing.
Yeah, that's great. And like I was saying, behold, we only use for something amazing, right? So when it's something to behold, it's something to use the verb behold on. So it's amazing, right? I'm like, looking at this, it's worth using this verb, not just see. So what you're looking at is very amazing. So yeah, Birol, you're totally right. It's worth seeing. It's something very interesting to see. Good. Joe says, so how would you describe it though? Like, and then Terrence says, I would describe it just as a just really large festival where basically anything goes. What does this mean? Anything goes. Zeynep.
Everything happens. Everything can happen in there, I think.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Everything can happen. Anything goes. It's like there's no rules, is what it means, right? So anything is acceptable. Obviously, the actual use of this is held back a little bit. You can't kill people in Burning Man Festival, of course, but there's much less rules. That's what he means. It's okay to do many different things. And then the next sentence is almost a description of this. Anything you want to do is accepted. That's like the meaning of anything goes. Then Terrence says, any way you want to express yourself, it's okay. So what does this mean? Mehmet, express yourself.
Express yourself. Express yourself. The way you express yourself. The way to express yourself is the way you show people how you feel, how you and how you what you want to do, or the things in your mind. I don't know how to express another way.
Those were basically the words I had chosen to explain this with. Yeah. To share with people what you think, what you feel, or any information that's in your head that you want to share. Yeah. I mean, I think that was the perfect description, the best you can do. We say people can express yourselves with your clothes. You know, if you wear very expensive clothes, you want to show that you're rich, or you like expensive things or something. You can express yourself with words. That's the normal way. You just say what you think. With music, with painting, with anything. You want to share something to people, share some information. You're expressing yourself. Very good. Thank you, Mehmet. So it's okay whether it's how you dress, what you say, the kind of music you want to play, anything. So yeah, I guess I just listed the same things as Terrence, but these are all ways you can express yourself. Joe says, yeah, I've heard there's some pretty wild outfits. People just dress up as crazy as they possibly can. Okay. Maybe, Biro, what is an outfit?
Outfit, dress. Outfit means dress.
Good. Yeah. Outfit is like all the clothes you're wearing together. That's the only thing. Yeah. Your outfit is your combination of clothes. So your outfit right now, it's your shirt, your pants, your socks, your shoes, everything together is your outfit.
Yes.
Good. So people dress up as crazy as they possibly can. And Terrence says, yeah, you never know what people are gonna do. I never cease to be amazed with I'm gonna see there. Okay. What does this mean? Oh, is Yildiray gone? Okay. Maybe Khurshid. Do you know the word cease?
Yeah. It means for stopping.
Good.
Stop, to stop.
Yeah, you cease, you stop. So I never stop to be amazed. I never, actually, we can't use the infinitive after stop. I never stop being amazed. Stop needs to be followed by an ing verb, and cease is followed by a to base verb. Anyways, I never stop being amazed. Hershit, what do you think this means?
I know what it is. I think in there, you never stop to be interested or I
Yeah.
think.
Exactly. No, you're totally right. Sorry, it's very late here. Yeah, you're always amazed there. Everything is interesting. Exactly. I never stop being amazed. Everything is amazing. Good. With what's I'm gonna see there. Good. Okay. So that's, I think, a good place to take our break now. So we'll take our 10 minutes and we'll come back and finish up this conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Now?
Yeah. We'll stop for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Okay. See you.
Hello, Zeynep.
Hello.
And we have Hurshit and
Yeah.
Hiram.
Hello.
Okay. Good. I guess we'll just give the other two a minute to get here. Okay. Let's start with Zeynep. I was going to start talking about the environment a little bit. Is this something that are you concerned about the environment? Is it something that interests you?
I'm not interested, but I'm not interested actually environment, but I know our environment in danger, and I'm worried about that. But
Okay,
I'm
good.
not interested.
So yeah, worried is like what I said, concerned.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest danger for the environment?
Water pollute is the biggest danger, I think, because we need water, and if water pollute, we can't have water, and every country will start fight, and they are fighting with each other. That's not the point, but they will fight each other, and people going to die, and it will go to worse.
Okay, awesome, good answer. Water pollution. you say. Okay, good. How about Hershit? How about you? Are you concerned about the environment? And what do you think is the biggest danger to the environment?
Okay. I love environment, and I am interested in environment problem. Especially I fight erosion, and I think that is very bad thing for environment, and I always encourage people who decide to fight with erosion. I think it's okay.
Erosion?
Erosion, yeah,
Uh,
erosion.
do you mean chemical weapons? You said fight with erosion.
Erosion. It is like it is connect with land detriment.
Right, erosion.
Erosion.
It's like when rocks break down into sand.
Yeah.
Oh, you think this is the danger for the environment?
Yeah.
But this is natural, isn't it? Erosion?
No. Erosion means losing soil with water,
land.
with rain.
Okay, because there's no trees holding the
Yeah.
soil.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I understand. Okay, good, interesting. Hershit, I have this discussion many times. I didn't hear this one yet. That's a good answer. My in Canada. Sorry, go ahead.
And I always prefer from my friends who who has got a marriage or wedding, there is some cards for wedding and sending to guests a departure for fighting with erosion. Make for me a cards for not using or detriment the trees.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Harshit. Interesting. Yeah. I was saying in Canada, the environment, people are very careful about the environment. The government is very strong against people who harm the environment. Our laws are very strict. And one man who lived close to my uncle, he had his own land. He was a farmer, and he cut down many trees on his land, and it was close to a lake. And the government said because the roots are holding, because the trees are holding the ground together, like you're saying, Harshit, and he cut them down. This is a crime, and they wanted to charge him like $1 million for cutting these trees down. So that was very crazy. He was going to lose his house, lose everything because of this problem he did. So yeah, that's something that can be punished very strong in Canada. All right. How about you, Birol? Is this something that you're concerned about or interested in, the environment? And what do you think is the biggest problem right now?
Yes, our city also, there is a lot of city in Turkey. All building very close. I mean, there is no nature place for people to relax, and so there isn't any wind in the city. There isn't a green place in the city. I think almost 20 years later, cities people can't live in the city. Big problem, I think. The balance of nature getting worse in the nature. In Turkey also green place with trees, green plants. That's being destroyed. Rules in Turkey is not strict, and I see them, and I am sorry about it, but I can't do anything. But I see it's awful. It sucks.
Right, exactly. Everything is concrete now.
Yes, everything concrete.
Yeah.
I mean,
even in my country, it's so big. There's so much space, but very large animals like large deer and moose are coming into the cities because we're taking up so much of their place to live. They don't
yes.
they don't have it as much space to live anymore, and it's hard for them now.
Mm-hmm.
Good example, Birol. Thank you. Mehmet, what do you think?
About the environment,
Yeah.
I think the biggest threat for the environment is car exhausts, I think. Cars. Especially here in Turkey, for the cars, for the automobiles, you have to measure the car emissions, car exhaust emissions, periodically, 1 for 2 years. But even when you measured it in the firms that does this job, they are tricking, actually, they are cheating. So even if your car is not actually enough, your car's exhaust is not enough, its values is not enough, so you can they can still give you this car can go traffic card or confirmation, so you can pass the other if your car passed the other control techniques, so you can your car can lead in the roads, go in the roads without a problem. So there are many exhaust streams, there's too much of it here in Turkey. I think it's the biggest, the major problem. Other than that, just like Birol said, there's not enough green, especially in the biggest big cities like Istanbul, like Ankara. Even here in Adana and Mersin, it's not enough. So it's one of the major environment issues. Other than that, I don't know if there have been some nuclear energy plants, but they are saying it's the new technology, so there will be no harm. But it's still a controversial issue. There's just like Birol said, there are no strict rules here for environments because it's not the main issue here in Turkey. Maybe, but I can see the difference from year to year. They are becoming more careful about environment year by year, but still it's not enough.
Right. Great. Thank you, Mehmet. Very, very interesting. Yeah, and these the nuclear plants, even no matter how safe they are, there's no correct way to clean up the waste from them. Still, they can just like hide it somewhere that it's not a problem for now, but they can't make it safe again.
Jory, the first nuclear power plant in Turkey is being built in Mersin.
Mersin. Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. When I was there at O2, people were protesting this plant.
Yeah.
Because the people building it were from Fukushima.
Russia.
Right?
Russia,
yeah.
Yeah, the second one will be from Japan. In the Black Sea region. Second one will be there by Japan, but here in Mersin, it's being built by the Russians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know which is better. They both had one explode, didn't they?
we don't know either.
Okay. Thank you, Mehmet. Good. Okay. So I think we're all back here except Yildiray, and we had a special visit from Hassan, but he's gone again. Okay. Hershit hasn't read yet. So Hershit, why don't you be Terrence? Mm-hmm. And Birol, you can be Joe.
Please. Nice. Haha, nice. That's great. How long?
But
It's I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but like I said, it is I have gone 5 years, and the process of going does get a little old. I mean, the first time I went, I definitely was had that first time blown away feeling.
Yeah.
But then after a while, you subsequent years, it's not quite as exciting and fresh. So you start to maybe focus a little more on some of the discomforts. You have no creature comforts when you are there.
Yeah, and that's out of hand too. I hear you end up stuck in like traffic jams for hours.
You can, especially towards the end of the week when everybody's in a rush to get there. It it is absolutely can be that way.
Good. All right, let's pause there. So, up at the top, this is the first laughing we've had in this conversation, which is nice. Joe says, nice, that's great. How long? Terrence says, but. Joe says, is it, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Why does Joe say this? I'm sorry, go ahead. What happened here? How about Zainab?
Because he cut her sentence in the middle.
Good, yeah, exactly. Joe and Terrence are both trying to talk at the same time. And Joe says, oh, okay, Terrence, you can talk. It's okay. Great. Terrence says, but like I said, I've gone 5 years, and the process of going does get a little old. What does this mean if something gets old? Mehmet?
If something gets old, it's not fresh anymore. It's getting old. I don't know how to describe it anyway.
Good, yeah. I had so much fun many times, but I've done it so many times, I'm not as interested anymore. Maybe it's still okay, but I don't love it as much anymore. I go bowling one time, I love it. I go bowling a month later, I love it. But I go every day, no, it's too much. It's not fun for me that much. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the first time I went, I definitely was had that first time blown away feeling. What does this mean? Harshit, blown away.
I think be amazed.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Be amazed, blown away. Also, this reminds me of another idiom. Sometimes, especially in like romantic movies, the girls will say they're swept off their feet. Like that means that someone has amazed them. Like if you're swept off your feet, it's like amazed romantically. It's kind of like this. Blown away is amazed for everything. Swept off your feet, you're amazed with another person. In that amazed feeling of meeting someone. And then Joe says, yeah. And Terrence says, but then after a while, subsequent years, it's not quite as exciting and fresh. Okay. What does this word mean? Biro, subsequent.
Subsequent means happening after something else.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a really big word that means after. Exactly. Good.
After.
Yeah, like sub means below when we see sub at the start, and Sequent, it's like in a sequence, right? An order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So down in the sequence, below, after. Yeah, subsequent years, you know, it's not quite as exciting and fresh. So, oh, also fresh. Fresh means like new, basically. We use fresh a lot for food, right? If the food is fresh, it's new food. It's like the vegetables. I just took the vegetables from the garden. They're fresh, not old. Okay, so, oh, also if I feel fresh, I have energy. Like I just wake up in the morning. I feel good. I'm not tired. It's not at the end of a long day. Feeling fresh. Okay, so you start to maybe focus a little more on some of the discomforts. So what does he mean? You're focusing more on something. What does this mean here? Focus. How about Zainab?
Giving all attention something a little more. Giving a little more attention. That's something
Perfect.
you do.
Good. What does it mean if I focus a camera?
It means I know that it's focus on something a little more. I know, but I can't tell it right now.
Good. No, you're right. Exactly. In focus, again, in the camera, I can make it so the picture is very clear and good. Yeah. So with the camera, I can make it so like this is clear in the front or I'm clear in the back. I can focus on this one or I can focus on me. I can choose what I want clear. So yeah, here he's saying, and you were right about everything. Focus is what you're thinking about, what your mind is making clear. What's the thing that you're thinking about the most in your head. Good. So because the festival is not so amazing, after going many times, he's not so amazed. He starts thinking a bit more on what is not comfortable, what the discomforts are, the bad things, right? You know, you have no creature comforts when you're there. If anybody wants to try creature comforts, you can volunteer for this one. Take a guess at what it means.
Human comforts.
Human comforts, good. What would be an example?
Example. To sit comfortable place, for example.
Good.
Good for creature comforts.
That's a great example. Yeah, this one's tricky, and I think Birol got it perfect because it's between. You have necessities, things I need, right? I need food or water, or I'll die. Those are necessities. We're not talking about that, and we're not talking about luxury. That's the other extreme, right? Nobody needs a Mercedes-Benz car. Okay, that's just luxury. He's talking about things that are just really basic comforts. I can sleep on the floor. I can sleep on a rock, but I like to sleep on a bed. That's kind of a basic comfort, a creature comfort. We're talking about these. Birol's example, to sit in a comfortable place. That's a great example. Yeah, maybe I could eat like a hamburger. I could eat something a little bit nicer than, I don't know, pasta I'm cooking over the fire. I have to cook on a fire every day. I want food a little bit nicer or different from that. I want to have a pizza. I want to have Iskandar. Okay, yeah, these are creature comforts, exactly. So it's in the middle. It's not luxury and it's not necessity of life. It's just something a little bit nicer than he could find in a tent in the desert. Joe says, yeah, and the traffic's out of hand. Here you end up sitting in like traffic jams for hours. So how about, I just asked Zainab, I think. So Mehmet, what does this mean, out of hand?
It's not in your control.
Good,
So,
yeah.
So it's so complicated, so mixed up.
Yeah, exactly. It's out of hand. You can't control it. Exactly. Perfect. And Harshit, what is a traffic jam?
Traffic jam, we use it for a lot of car on the road.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. There's lots of cars and nobody can move. There's too many cars. Exactly. And then Terrence says you can, especially, you know, towards the end of the week when everybody's in a rush to get there. It's absolutely can be that way. Okay, in a rush, in a hurry, everybody's trying to get there quickly. There's traffic jams. There's too many cars. Good. I think that that's where we stopped. So that was Harshit and Biro. So Zainab, why don't you be Terrence, and Mehmet, you be Joe.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You, where were we? You can,
I think I'm beginning. What
Okay.
were,
but then, you know, go ahead.
when do people start getting there?
Some people go as early as a week before. I mean, they really wanna get there and maximize their time.
Yeah,
You know, you can be up there basically for 9 days if you.
is that like people who want to build like structures and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. There's some people who can actually go even there if starts, and you can, you know, if you're building a special art project, you could get there as early as a month beforehand. But you know, people that are they're setting up big camps, they tend to get there probably like 9 days beforehand.
It sounds like it's just like a really artistic event, like where everyone just trying to express themselves and their artistic sides and showing off their art and stuff and just acting a little crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely an environment where and the fact that it is in the desert, it just adds to the just surreal atmosphere of it. I mean, you're there and you might as well be on the moon with a.
Good. Okay, awesome. So we started with Joe. What were Terrence? But then, you know, go ahead. When do people start getting there? Terrence? Some people go as early as a week before. I mean, they really wanna get there and maximize their time. Okay, wanna is want to. I think we talked about that. And what does this mean? They wanna maximize their time. How about Biro?
They want to extend their time, or they want more time.
Good. That's close. That's a really good guess too. It's a little bit different. Mehmet, do you want to take a guess?
To spend maximum time, or stretching the time to the limits.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Kind of. When I'm maximizing my time,
Maximizing means increase their time.
no, it's a little bit different. It's like I'm increasing the value of my time. So like okay. Let's see, where's everybody from? Okay. Let's say I go to Ankara. Okay, and I have 3 days. My trip to Ankara is for 3 days. Okay, I could spend 2 days just walking around the city, and then one day I go to Anıtkabir, and that's my trip to Ankara. But I want to maximize my time. I only have 3 days, so you know, the first day I go to Anıtkabir and I visit ODTÜ, and you know, I go to the museum, the Anatolia Museum. I try and see all the attractions in that short amount of time. I try and do as many things with my time as I can. Actually, Istanbul would be an easier example. Maybe there's more to see there. I go to Topeka Palace. I go to Ayasofya. I go to Sultan Ahmet. That's the first day. The second day, I take the ferry across the river. I go to like this. I go to the Grand Bazaar. I try and do as many things as I can in my short time. I'm maximizing my time. So these people, they already have to make this long drive in their car to get there. So they want to get the most for that time they have to spend. So they want to be able to do the most things in their trip. So they're setting up these things, and they're coming a bit earlier, and they're trying to have a better experience by doing this extra work. Yeah, like this. Okay. Joe says, yeah. Terrence says, you can be up there basically for 9 days if you. Is that like people who want to build like structures and stuff? Okay, so the people for 9 days, they're building structures. They're not just setting up little tents, they're making something, probably with wood. Some kind of a little house thing. Terrence, yeah, definitely. There's some people who can actually go even before it starts. And you can, if you're building a special art project, you can get there as early as a month beforehand. Okay, so what they're saying is that this festival, Burning Man, is for 9 days, but some people come even earlier than that to set up things before the festival starts. Okay, but the people that are there setting up big camps, they tend to get there probably 9 days beforehand. Okay. What was Terrence going to say with this MAJ? Any guesses what word was going in there? Zainab?
Major, maybe? I don't know.
Major? Ah, yes, you have the right root. You have the right root. Majority.
Ah,
Yeah, majority, like the larger group of people. Like the 50%, 51%, the majority. Okay, the biggest group. Okay, and then Joe says, it sounds like 9 days beforehand. Okay, I should just mention, no, there's no difference between beforehand and before. It just means before. Like before this happened, beforehand. It's basically the same as before. I really can't think of a time when they're different. If I think of something, I'll tell you on Monday, but I don't think there's any difference. Joe says, it sounds like it's just like a really artistic event. Artistic, so lots of art. Don't confuse artistic with autistic. Very different. Autistic is a disease in your brain. I think it's autism in Turkish too.
Yes.
Yeah. Artistic sounds like autistic, but it's different. Like where everyone just trying to express themselves and their artistic sides. Okay, artistic side, like the artistic part of my personality. Sometimes we talk about our different sides, like different parts of our personality. Yeah. My logical side, my artistic side. Sometimes masculine side, feminine side. Okay. And showing off their art and stuff and just acting a little crazy. Showing off, like displaying, letting people see, wanting people to see, showing off. We can also talk about someone is showing off, like I'm riding my motorcycle on only one wheel. Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm being crazy. I want people to look at me. I'm showing off. Like that. And then Terrence, absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely an environment where and the fact that it's in the desert, it just adds to the just surreal atmosphere of it. Okay, so again, desert with one S is this area. Dessert with two S's is what you eat after dinner, ice cream. Okay, what does this word mean? Surreal. I don't know whose turn it is. How about Hurshit?
Not real.
Surreal. It's not a real atmosphere. So it's a fake atmosphere?
Yeah.
Okay. It is real. But yeah, like they're saying it's like it's not real. It's so amazing. You can't believe it's real. That's what they mean here. Yes, surreal. That's what it usually means. It feels like it's not real. It's so crazy and unusual. Yeah. Atmosphere of it. I mean, you're there and you might as well be on the moon. So he's saying that this festival is so crazy and different. It's like the difference between the Earth and the moon. Yeah. It's so different. It's like being on the moon. Okay. Then Joe laughs. So that was Zainab and Mehmet. So Hurshit, you can be Joe this time, and Birol, you can be Terrence.
Yeah.
You don't have
I
to
understand
laugh. We'll just start with Birol.
Ha 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 ha.
With the consumer costumes and people just totally trick out their cars.
Yeah, and then what do they do at the end? Like, I know they burn something, but I am not even sure what it is because, like I said, I have never been there.
Yeah, it is kind of this. It's kind of the culmination of the event. It is why it's called Burning Man. There is this giant man that's basically burned. I mean, it's kind of tribal festival that reached a fever pitch. Lots of fire dancers, people just basically going crazy.
What's the man made out of?
Made of wood.
Oh, okay.
He is made of wood, and then there is definitely some neon light on him, because when the event is kind of surrounding a middle area, and the man is in the middle, and that Saturday night, which is on Labor Day weekend, pretty much the entire place kind of such surrounds it, and that's when it all starts. And then it's finished with him getting burned down, and the place just reached a fever pitch at that point.
Yeah, I heard that it becomes like with the number of people there, it becomes one of the largest towns in all of Nevada.
Good. Okay, let's stop there. Okay. Most of this was the stuff I was saying. Terrence says, with the costumes and people just totally trick out their cars. Okay. I asked her shit last time. So how about Mehmet, what is a costume?
Costume is you wear for an event to fit in the environment atmosphere.
Good, yeah, that's a good example. They're not the kind of clothes people wear normally.
Normally.
Like I'm usually dressed like on Halloween, right? Dressing like superheroes or pirates or something. Costumes. Just
Costume
strange.
is it's same in Turkish. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Costume.
Okay.
Costume.
Then we'll move past that. Good. And people just totally trick out their cars. What does this mean? Trick out their cars. How about Zainab? What do you think?
I don't know. Check out. I don't
Trick
know.
out? Anybody want to try this one?
Yeah. Add-on or making adornment.
Good add-on. Yeah, exactly. They're decorating their cars in some strange way. They're putting all kinds of things on the outside, probably.
Hmm.
Maybe they make their car look like a dragon or something like this. Good. Joe, yeah, and then what do they do at the end? Like, I know they burn something, but I'm not even sure what it is. Because, like I said, I've never been there. Okay, no, nothing in there of any difficulty. Terrence, yeah, it's kind of the culmination of the event. Culmination. How about Biro? What does this mean? Culmination.
Culmination means, I think, peak of the event, summit of the event.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's a great description. Yeah, when things culminate, it's like maybe there's many different things we're all working on, and they all come together into the one final thing. Yeah, like for example, maybe we're putting on a play, Shakespeare play. Okay, and Hurshit is finding the costumes, and Mehmet is painting the set, and Zeynep is finding the actors, and I don't know what you're doing, Biro. Maybe you're writing some of the scripts down, and I'm doing something else. We're all doing different things, and all our jobs come together into the play, the performance at the end. So all the many different things come together into one thing. That's the culmination. The final thing, the final connection of everything. Okay. That's why it's called Burning Man. There's this giant man that's basically burned. I mean, it's kind of this tribal festival. Okay. Tribal, usually small groups of people living in very old traditional ways. in the jungles and the deserts and things. He's saying that the way people are acting is almost like the way tribal people act in their festivals. So it probably means like lots of drumming and singing and dancing and these kind of things. That reaches a fever pitch. So I don't know whose turn it is. How about Mehmet? What do you think this means, fever pitch?
Fever pitch. It's kind of this tribal festival that reaches fever pitch. I don't know, Joe.
Don't know? Okay, does anyone want to try fever pitch?
Which, out of control, like out of control.
Yeah, that's pretty close, I would say. I think it's from sports. I don't know. Maybe pitching could be baseball. But I think of all the people in the stadium, if you're watching a sports game, and maybe it's right at the end of the game, and there's that one last point. Either these guys win or these guys lose. They kick the soccer ball. Is it going to go in the net? Everybody in the stadium, they're all going crazy. They're yelling and waving their hands. It's like the maximum excitement of the event, the top of the excitement. Everybody's crazy at this moment. That's the fever pitch, that top point of the excitement. Okay. Lots of fire dancers, people just basically going crazy. Joe, what's the man made of? Made of wood? Oh, okay. He's made of wood. Maybe Joe didn't hear the first time. And then there's definitely some neon light on him, because the event is kind of surrounding a middle area and the man is in the middle, and that Saturday night, which is on Labor Day weekend, pretty much the entire place kind of just surrounds it, and that's when it all starts. And then it finishes with him getting burned down, and the place just reaches a fever pitch at that point. Okay, so wrapping this all up, what he's saying here, they build this city in the desert. They build this Burning Man festival from nothing, and they set up all the tents where all the people are living, kind of in a circle pattern around the wooden man. So the wooden man is in the middle of the whole city, basically, when they build it. And at the end of the festival, the last day, everybody comes to the middle and they watch as they burn this wooden man. And everybody is very excited at this point, the fever pitch, right? Good. I think neon is the same word in Turkish, probably. Neon, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Joe, yeah, I hear that it becomes like, with the number of people there, it becomes one of the largest towns in all of Nevada. Okay. I think it was number 3 is what I heard. Okay, and that's where we ended. So Zeynep can be Terrence and Mehmet can be Joe, and we'll just finish.
Yeah, I know it's
For that weekend.
Yeah, I know it's top 10. Yeah, definitely. It's a really good experience.
Yeah, you know what? I would really like to go next year, but you know, I'm gonna plan for it, but you never know what can come up, you know, so I will just have to see how it goes.
Maybe I'll see you out there.
Yeah, well, if I go, you'll definitely be one of the first ones to know.
Awesome.
Good. Okay. Not too difficult, I think. Terrence, yeah, I know it's for that weekend. Yeah, I know it's top 10. So one of the 10 largest in Nevada. Yeah, definitely. It's a real good experience. Yeah, you know what? I'd really like to go next year, but you know, I'm gonna plan for it, but you never know what can come up. What does this mean here? You never know what can come up. How about Biro?
But you never know what can happen.
Good. Yeah, exactly.
What can happen.
So I'll just have to see how it goes. What is this? See how it goes. Zainab.
Just wait and see what will happen in his life.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. I can't make plans because I can't control it. So I'll have to wait for the time to be closer. Maybe I'll see you out there. Joe laughs. Yeah, well, if I go, you'll definitely be one of the first ones to know. So if he goes, he will tell Terrence quickly. And Terrence says, awesome. That's great. And we're done with Burning Man. Okay. What do you guys think? What do you think, Krishit? Does this sound interesting? Would you go to Burning Man?
Yeah, very interesting.
You want to try?
Yeah.
You're going to United States, aren't you?
Yeah.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Biro? Would you try this, Burning Man?
It is for me like a tale. Like, I mean, as if it's not true. It's like a tale.
Oh, it sounds like fantasy. Okay. What do you think, Mehmet?
For a student, maybe college student, or I don't know, maybe high school, college student, it could be a very good chance to be in this atmosphere. But in my age, no, it's not that attractive, not alluring for me. Maybe for the last 3 days, only last 2 days, maybe. Yeah, I can participate for the last 2 days, but not 9 days beforehand, or not even at the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah, 9 days without your running water and your bed. No, too much. How about you, Zainab? What do you think?
It's interested, but I'm not sure. I would be having fun in there because of the bad and food quality, and I would be maybe say something bad, and I would move. I will ruin all mood. I'm not sure, but it sounds good.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I would be interested to see it too, I think. It sounds interesting. Okay, well, we got a couple minutes left. So we talked about some dangers to the environment before. We had Zainab mentioned water pollution, and Mehmet was talking about car exhaust, which there's actually several ways this could be harming the environment. Mehmet was mentioning erosion, soil erosion. And what Biro was talking about is called urban sprawl, which is difficult in English. Sprawl means spreading out, and urban means cities. So the cities are spreading out. The cities are getting bigger and bigger, like this. We can say urban sprawl. Good. So these are four great examples of dangers to the environment. Can we think of some other big problems we have with the environment right now? Can anyone give me another example? How about Birol? You can start for us.
We we use water, a lot of water. We must save the water because water source is limited, and also we polluted the waters in the river, under the soil water. Also, we polluted with chemical substances. Also, air pollution. Anymore in the city, there is air pollution problems. Also, middle city, also there is problem about air pollution.
Great, exactly, yeah. And Mehmet was talking about car exhaust, and air pollution is one of the two major, I think, dangers we have right now that car exhaust is causing, is air pollution in the cities.
Yes.
Maybe even three. Okay. What else? What are some other challenges to the environment?
Besides urban sprawl,
Mhm.
I think the other environment danger is some part of place in country for richer family, but the other part of place for poor family. I think there is a differentiate place for richer or poorer. I think this is very bad thing for society. And for this, people live from themselves and ourselves, and we always see such these things in every country. I think this is because of liberalization, because owner is getting richer, but worker is same revenue at same time, and for this reason the revenue differentiate is starts at that point, I think, and this I think this is because of different place, different place.
Right. Okay, these are some great examples of problems in society, right? The
Yeah.
first one you mentioned, we can say social segregation,
Mhm.
separating rich people from poor people, social segregation,
Yeah.
and the wealth gap.
Yeah.
So we have gap again. The difference
Mhm,
between
mhm.
like someone like a
Mhm.
CEO and the low level workers, the amount that separates their money, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And
Exactly.
and these people who are rich or poor people don't understand ourselves and themselves for feelings, for opportunity, for needs. I think there is a big differentiate
Exactly. Yeah.
about
Good point. Thank you, Hershit. Hershit was actually talking about social issues, problems with society, What I'm asking about right now is environmental issues. So things that are hurting nature, like plants and animals outside. Mehmet, can you think of any other examples of this?
Jory, when I think about the big threats about the environment, also it's the people itself, because, for example, in Turkey, people are so unconscious about the environment and so dangerous, I think. Most people here, for example, while they drive their cars, they can throw a garbage from the outside of the window. It's very common here in Turkey. It's so normal, so it's natural for them. There are millions of people like this here. So the major problem, the major threat, one of the major threats for the environment is people themselves. For example, when you do picnic, people make picnic and they don't even throw their garbage, they throw their lefties into the garbage. They just leave their things on the ground and leave the place without even cleaning anything. So it's major problem because there are 80 million people here. So it's one of the major problem. And other than that, sea pollution. Many vessels just throw their wastes into the sea without any control. So millions of fishes just dying from that. So even if they don't, there are many threats that we eat that fishes because they're not that healthy anymore. The fishes that we eat. So some of the problems are that gets into my mind are those.
Okay, great. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. This is one of the major problems that we talk about is overpopulation as well. Lots of pollution and not proper waste disposal. But yeah, just so many people, overpopulation, more people than an area can really handle. It's really hurting the environment the way we need to be finding food and water. That's a great example. Yeah, and Harshit, you wanted to add something?
And at the same time, I try to say this. I think this event cause to determine their lives, home. I think we know maybe the north is a poorer family, but the south is a richer family. I think partial differentiate is being at the same time.
Good.
And if I a rich man, I decided to a richer place.
Good. Exactly. Thank you, Harshit. Okay. Zainab, can you think of anything to add?
No. No, I don't have anything to add. I can't think anything.
Okay. Is there another problem in the environment that we often connect with car exhaust? A bigger problem for the whole world. Lots of people are talking about this.
Oh, atmosphere, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know in English that word. So, and I've got ideas, but I can't tell in English right now. In Antarctica,
Global warming.
the ice. Yes, global warming. That's what I'm trying to tell. Ice are started to heated, so it's a big problem to us.
Right. Good. Yeah. Exactly. The whole world is supposed to be getting warmer. That's the idea, right? Global warming.
But wait,
Yeah.
Jory. Trump says the opposite. Trump says there is no global warming. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Trump says something can be a fact if you believe it's a fact. I think he said something like, if I think that 2 + 2 is 5, then that can be true for me. I don't know. He's interesting. Yeah. But no, if he says there's no global warming, then cancel that. Never mind. He's the boss. Okay, yeah. Global warming, yeah, that's another big problem that most people believe in. Yeah.
And so for this melting of iceberg, ice.
Yeah. If the ice all starts to melt too much, then the water levels can go up, raising sea levels. That can be another problem. Yeah, I guess it's getting to be the end of our class now, so we should not talk too much about global warming right now, because I think there's a lot to talk about with that one. So we'll talk a bit more about that on Monday, maybe.
Okay.
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 And again, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. But otherwise, we will finish for
No.
today.
Next
No.
lesson on Monday.
Monday. Yeah, it's
Monday.
Wednesday today, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. Good
next
evening.
Monday.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good night.
Jory. Good night, everybody.
Night,
Night,
Zeynep.
Jory.
Good night.
See you Monday.
See you guys. Night,
See you
Hurşit.
on Monday.
Biro.